Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition, a special edition of Wrestle Talk. I'm your host with the most, Joe Lance, and this is going to be a real quick video answering the questions that I've been asked, letting people know about some of the new merchandise that's been coming out, and letting y'all know a couple of things that's been going on in wrestling. First of all, WWE came out with a new DVD. It's a War Games compilation. The War Games was designed and created by Dusty Rhodes when he was in the NWA. It was in the NWA and in the WCW. Some of the most iconic matches ever. It's kind of like a Survivor Series. You got two teams of five. Start out with two people. After 5 minutes, another person comes in. And the match ends after everybody is in the ring, and the first person that submits or gets pinned, the team loses. They have some great matches, at least 14 to 15 matches on the DVD. They got the all long matches. Got some classic wrestlers, the Four Horsemen, Dusty Rhodes, Lex Luthor, you name it, and they're in it. The Road Warriors. It's definitely a DVD for you to pick up. It's a great DVD. It's only $20. So if you got $20, pick it up. You won't regret that you picked it up. One of the questions I've been asked lately was, what is my favorite independent wrestling? And I have to say without a shadow of doubt, my favorite independent wrestling is Combat Zone Wrestling. Combat Zone Wrestling, it's a promotion that's based out of New Jersey. It's ran by a guy by the name of DJ Hyde, and they are billed as a ultra-violent wrestling promotion. They do a lot of ultra-violent deathmatch wrestling, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. I love ultra-violent deathmatch wrestling. The more hardcore it is, I think the better it is. The more exciting it is, if you ask me. Now, I know some people, probably think differently. They think that, it doesn't take a lot of skill to be a deathmatch wrestler. But to be a deathmatch wrestler, you have to be able to do things to your body that most wrestlers don't do and still be able to continue the match. But they don't just do deathmatch wrestling. They do a lot of other matches. They have comedy matches. They have some of the best high flyers that are around. A.R. Fox, Dave and Jake Christ. Definitely check them out. Check out Combat Zone Wrestling. I promise you will not be disappointed if you check them out. They're a really, really, really good promotion. They have internet pay-per-views where you can get on the internet and watch their pay-per-views. Definitely check them out. But since I live in West Virginia, I don't get to go to any of those shows. So I'd have to say my favorite local wrestling promotion is Primal Conflict Wrestling. They run matches in Harper's Ferry at the KOA, and they have some of the best independent wrestlers in the tri-state area. They don't get a lot of big names because they have enough talent on their roster that they don't need to have a big name to draw people. Like, they have some of the best wrestlers around. They got Tyler Steele. They got Mustafa Aziz Daniels. Jimmy Giannetti, the Holy Rollers. It's definitely some of the best wrestling in the tri-state area. If you've never checked them out, definitely check them out. I can't say enough about Primal Conflict Wrestling. Anytime that they're in the area, I definitely do my best to go to the shows because I know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to be the best. It's going to be one of the best wrestling shows I've seen. Definitely check them out. Another question I was asked was, do I think that The Rock is going to come back to wrestling? And my answer is no. I think he's done everything that he's wanted to do, could possibly do in the WWE. There's nothing really more that he could do. He's been their champion. He's headlined WrestleMania numerous times. And there's really nothing more that he could do. And I also think that because he's doing these movies, that these producers are going to require him not to be involved in wrestling. Because after WrestleMania, he got injured, and he wasn't able to do a publicity appearance for his newest movie. And I think that the producers were pretty upset about that, and I think that they're going to, try to encourage him not to be involved in wrestling. Folks, that's about it for today. If you have any questions, definitely send a question to my Facebook. You can comment on the on my YouTube. Definitely hit me up with your questions. I love to answer questions. I'm going to be doing a bigger edition of Wrestle Talk tomorrow with my co-host. So don't worry, this isn't the only Wrestle Talk this week. I thank you for your support. If it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. I thank you for your support. Definitely, please, send me your message. Send me your questions. And I will do my best to answer them. And I may even get my co-host to answer some of my questions. And, down the road, I may have a couple giveaways that I could do. Like down the road, I could get another copy of War Games. And, I could answer a question. I could ask a question, and first person that answers correctly gets a copy of War Games. That'd be worth it. It's $20. Thank you once again. I appreciate everything. Have a good night.